Ladies and gentlemen, it's December 17th, 2010, as American Championship Entertainment's last show of the year, Worlds Collide. I'm John Horner, and alongside me is Classic Mikey D, my broadcast colleague, and Classic, what a way we're kicking off the show, and this is a contest for the Ace Tag Team Championships.
Yep, I looked at my notes and I saw this was going to be our opener, and I thought to myself, Jesus Christ, look at the way we're starting things.
You want high octane to start off Worlds Collide, you're going to get it with the DRS and Rated X. The DRS made their return back at Anarchy, and they've been running roughshod over the tag team scene. However, they want a straight 2-on-2 tag team championship contest against Rated X, not denying the threesome match that they had back in October. They challenged the match in November against Rated X after successful defense against the SAT. They got their wish, and their opportunity for the tag gold is now. Negro and Blade against Capone and Envy for the tag team titles.
You know, the DRS, they definitely felt that, they lost that three-way, and they really think that if it was one-on-one, they would have gotten it. But, I gotta pause real quick, because again, this team is just, they're so cohesive, and if you follow them, but when you talk about cohesive, you have to remember Rated X. Rated X forming a shade over a year ago, and they've had these belts for the better part of 2010.
The two-time Ace Tag Team Champions, Nino Capone and Envy. These two men have been running roughshod themselves over the Ace Tag Team scene. They're decorated warriors of Midnight Sensations. They defended against all comers, and this should be another opportunity for them to prove their tag team dominance here in Ace, and here comes the champs.
2010 definitely was a big year for Rated X. I mean, if you think about it, they had a ladders match, they had a TLC match. I'm surprised they haven't had a kitchen sink match yet.
These two men, Nino and Envy, they had a decorated war, like I stated, with the Midnight Sensations. They went back and forth in the great tag team series of the now defunct BS Express. And right now, Envy and Nino looking to keep going, so they're on to the next one. But can they defeat the bigger, more innovative DRS? You want to talk about tag team innovation a decade before? EC Negro and KC Blade were that team. The tag team innovation, and Rated X now holds the title of being the most innovative tag team in Ace.
Let's just get ready, because we're going to go to Ken Carrera with our official introductions.
Ace Tag Team Champions, and me, Nino Capone, Rated X.
And look at Envy, look at Nino Capone holding their tag team silver right in the mugs of the DRS. But what an amazing night besides this opening contest we're going to have. We have a card chock full of awesome contests.
Yeah, tonight we got a Diamond Division title defense. We have the aerial assault match. Not to mention this match almost more than 2 months in the making between Sami Callihan and Dan Moss.
Well, that's a long story. We'll get into that throughout the night. But right now, we're going to start off this contest, this tag team championship contest, to open up Worlds Collide. So we're going to have KC Blade and Nino Capone starting it off, Mikey D.
And don't forget, Chris Caden definitely got a lot of stuff on his hands. There's the bell.
The toughest job in this contest goes to Chris Caden. However, maybe an even tougher job would be for Rated X to somehow retain. I wrote a column for Snapmare.com talking about this little rivalry that's been occurring between these two teams. It's not necessarily a hate-filled feud. It's just about who's the better tag team. And in the DRS's eyes, they are the best tag team in the Northeast.
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Well, being champions in the eye of who wears those belts. And right now, it is Rated X. And I'll tell you right now, we see these guys around here. When we're in the building, we watch them train, we talk to them, and these guys, they covet those titles. For that month that they didn't have them, that they lost them to the BS Express, they were distraught. They were hell-bent, if you will, on getting those belts back from your friends, the BS Express.
My former friend, at least one half of them, the BS Express. Well,
how you feel about that?
Well, nonetheless, speaking of Tom Scanlon, later on tonight, him and William Wyatt, the Aces, they will be facing a team of Bruno Marciano and Josh Daniels. That's a very intriguing tag contest as well.
That's definitely going to be a heavy-hitting match, and I really hope we got a lot of ice in the back after that one.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a little nice shot there from Casey Blade after letting go of the clean break out of the corner. Very unlike the DRS. You know, they've been rumored back in the day to be dirty and rotten, but nonetheless.
Somebody even called them scoundrels, but you know, they're definitely showing their tenacity and respect towards the championship. They, you know, again, if you think about it, they have to win this match.
And there's a beautiful.
They have to get the pin. They have to get the submission.
Rated X does not have to defeat the DRS. DRS has to defeat Rated X. Great point, Mikey D. There's the tag. Now Negro and Envy coming in after a nice little chain exhibition between Blade and Nino. You're going to get Envy and Negro, and that's going to be a tough task for Envy.
The golden child of Ace.
Oh, nice shoulder tackle from Negro, who outweighs Envy by at least 70, 80 pounds and has the height advantage, but Envy's got the quickness. Leapfrog over from Envy.
Up and over. Oh!
Envy went for a backwards leapfrog, and Negro just took him down with a bulldog, and now Nino's up in the air. Nino lands on his feet from the attempted military press. Oh, the second he tried getting up, Casey Blade leveled him with a left lariat.
Bulldozer lariat out of Casey Blade. The champs are on the outside reeling. They got to figure out how to take out the power. Wait, here it comes. Up high. Ah, look at that. We need to do that. We need one of those.
We have been. There's truth to the room. We have been trying to work on that exact thing, but you keep hurting your knees when you land on the rack.
Well, I mean, I know your knees have practice.
Oh, but look at that! Speaking of hitting the mat, Envy with a beautiful drop kick off the top rope, took out DRS to the floor. And now Rated X gets a little air. Looking to get a little aerial right now.
Looks like the shooting star Ace.
Oh, onto the apron. He thought he was looking for a plancha, but here comes Nino. Oh, nice kick right to the mush.
Single kick straight to the chest of Casey Blade, but I think that took more out of Nino as Nino landed hard on that unprotected concrete floor that we have here at the Ace Arena. Meanwhile, in the ring,
beautiful multiple revolution. Head scissors nicely done by Ozzy Envy. Rolling Liger kick from Negro. Nicely done by the Golden Gun himself.
Envy had the look on his face of, look what I just did. It was like a 1080 whirly bird head scissor, and just that rolling Liger kick just leveled him. You know, you look at guys like Casey Blade and Nisi Negro, and you think, oh, they're big guys, they're slow. When you get these guys going, they are just as quick as Rated X.
When these two men, Negro and Blade, had that three-way tag match, which included team tag with Rated X and Night of Threesomes. Oh, look at that snap Rana! And they went to toss him for a double flapjack, but instead, Envy caught him with a Hooray Karana.
Negro saw what was going on and thought, discretion is the better part of valor. Straight buzzsaw kick to the temple.
Nice kick from Envy. Roundhouse variation. Here comes the tag to Nino Capone. Capone now, snap jab. Looking for a nice double arm wringer. Now takes him down to his knees.
Oh!
And there's that tag team combination coming
surfboard. Oh! Surfboard with a leg lariat to boot.
Extreme combination there by Rated X. There's a cover. Chris Caden looking for the count. Caden only counts two. Like I was trying to state earlier on, you know, the DRS does have a lot of speed. I mean,
there it is.
Running shooting star from Capone. That's why he's the shooting star, but only gets two. You know, despite the fact we're seeing a lot of quickness out of Nino and Envy, DRS have a lot of speed. You know, they showed their quickness against Team Tag and Rated X and Night of Threesomes. They did a damn good job in there. Now here comes the quickness, however, of Rated X. They're showing they are far superior, the quicker of the two teams.
Rated X showing why they are the tag team champs, utilizing the quick tag. Easiest way to lose a match is to not tag out. You're going to get yourself tired and get yourself winded. And that's big!
Look, ma, no hands, moonsault. There's a cover.
I know you wanted to say, look, ma, no hands. I know you like saying
that's a note to somebody else back in the day.
I know.
There's only a 2 count, however. Now Envy's got a front face lock and makes the tag to Nino Capone. You know, we brought up the Midnight Sensations earlier on. You know, later on tonight, they have a tag team contest as well.
That's definitely going to be an interesting one after what happened last month with Crowbar and his...
the Vampire Kid, I call him.
I believe his name is Chris Reyes.
Chris Reyes.
Oh! Nino Capone crashing and burning. Casey Blade got out of the way. And
nice kick. Field goal good. 3 points.
That made my side just hurt from that.
Oh, and Negro
going up. Oh, dropping the elbow.
Splash Mountain elbow out of that turnbuckle. And now Negro going right to work. He wants those tag team straps.
Go!
Nice gut buster from EC Negro. You know, this is what they have to do. They have to demonstrate their power. I mean, they have their quickness, but they are definitely well more versed in the power game. And there's that STF.
Variation on the STF.
Negro's won quite a few matches in his career with an STF submission hold. And he's got a right in the center. Nino Capone might have to tap out.
Referee Chris Caden's asking Nino Capone what he wants to do.
And look at the way Negro has that arm draped across the throat. But
I think Negro just kind of... I don't know if Nino was getting out of it, but he maybe want to do more damage. Has him up in that gut wrench again. Oh, this time up and over.
Tossed him like a ragdoll, Mikey D. Beautiful. beautiful gut wrench from EC Negro.
With the release to boot, he just threw Nino halfway across the ring.
And he also,
tag.
and he also struck Envy on the buckle there. So right now the DRS got full advantage. There's a Cobra Clutch from Negro. He has them all. Here comes some more wicked, innovative tag team.
Oh, Cobra Clutch powerbomb.
Good grief, what a maneuver. There's a cover. Oh,
There's the tenacity, though. The champ, Nino Capone, able to kick out at about 2 7/8.
I thought we were going to have new tag team champions there, Mikey D.
You cannot count out Rated X. Envy trying to get the crowd behind, but
There's a little war of words right now between Envy and Casey Blade in the ring. And, you know, they're trying to fire up Nino. Casey said no way, and then Envy gave him a nice expletive move with his hand.
I mean, I mentioned earlier the respect that the DRS has for that title, but I think the longer this goes, the dirtier the DRS is going to be.
Right now, Blade's got that side headlock. Nino got right to the vertical base. There's a back elbow.
Nino looks like he desperately needs a tag, but he's back elbowing out.
There's a pair.
I don't care how big you are, an elbow to the gut is going to make you think about twice what you're doing.
Oh! But Casey Blade said enough of that garbage and caught him with a Yakuza right to the mush, turned Nino literally and figuratively inside out. And the DRS again asserting their dominance in this tag team championship contest to open up Worlds Collide.
There's a cover. Envy was able though to get the foot in Nino Capone. Casey Blade didn't get the hook of the leg, which yeah, I'm getting word in the back that we got actually there's a war of words going on in the back between Sami Callihan and Dan Maff. Hang on a sec, let me see what I got over here.
Well, while you're getting that information from the producer, right now EC Negro quickly locking on a bear hug, and with the vertical base of Negro and the strength of Negro wrapping around the skinny frame of Nino Capone, Nino might have to tap out here. He's locked in a bear hug, but then he gets tossed with a belly-to-belly. Nicely done by the Golden Gun, and now here comes Casey Blade.
Apparently what's going on in the back is Sami Callihan, who's demanding this match. I don't think Moff and Morgan and the Aces think that Callahan's a challenge because they're trying to figure out stipulations, and I guess I'm being told that we're going to find out more later on, but...
How come you're getting information and I'm not, Classic?
Because they like me.
Aces, yeah, you're a shill for the Aces.
You still haven't been to the mansion, have you? Straight boot from Nino Capone. See, you're too busy about your social life. You're missing out on the match.
Oh, right now, Capone.
Nino
backflipped over from that kick. Now he's got caught again. And Itsugure, and Casey Blade looks stunned, and he falls flat on his back in the canvas. Both men are down. What a great move from Capone and an act of desperation.
Chris Caden implementing the mandatory 10 count. This might be the opening. This might be the turning point in the match. Rated X.
Both teams trying to fire up their partners in the ring, their respective partners in the ring. Can they get to their corner to make that tag?
Envy desperately trying to get Nino's attention. Casey Blade though has the ankle. And
there's the tag. Caden was up to 6. But right now, Envy trying to get to that turnbuckle. And a running palm strike from EC Negro, and Envy looks stunned there. You know, there was a tag. I don't think do you think the DRS saw that tag?
The DRS did not tag themselves.
Could it be that DRD, that dirty, rotten driver? Oh, look at that! Wait a minute, victory roll! And that's it! What a victory roll!
I got a little confused at the end of that one.
Well, what happened was, there was a tag. Envy did hit the...
Envy was the legal man.
Well, Chris Caden must have not seen that tag. We saw it, but Caden might have been distracted from DRS. There was a tag.
Envy was the legal man.
And then they went for the DRD, that dirty, rotten driver. Envy drop kicked Negro in the back of the head, left Blade off guard. Capone caught the victory roll. Uno Dos Tres, your winners, and still tag team champions in a fast-paced match.
And the DRS do not look happy.